Yo. What is up, peeps? Welcome into the Tuesday stream. It is again time for another Tuesday stream. And I think, we're just going to be sketching, hanging out, talking shit. Oop, I forgot. Bye. How we doing? Can't forget that, man. Way too important. But yeah, how's everybody's Tuesday? Mine was, I don't know, strangely busy. I don't usually, not to say I don't work when I'm at work, but today was just like a oddly heavy day. Trying to think. I don't know why I picked. Hey, what up? Tight. Way to finish that exam, yo. Oh, God. Oh. Yeah, I opened it and I was like, holy shit. Yeah, I figured something was like a little messed up, but it was like even when I was on vacation, I would go to just like check it and it was just like, hey, nobody that I subscribe to, because with Patreon now, if you're a creator on Patreon, you had like separate profiles before with like your creator and then like your subscriber, you know, your thing, like your type of page, and you have to like merge them, which I did with my main account. But I had a different Patreon in the past, and I just got the notification that I'm locked out of that one, but that's completely fine. I mean, you'd have to fail, I think, pretty spectacularly to knock yourself down to, you know, some sort of not passing grade. I feel like at that point you'd have to say something like horrible to the teacher directly or something for them to be like, nah, you know what? Maybe you don't. Ooh, you know what? This would be a perfect time to try this out. fine liner action. I can get like close to that thickness, but man, it's really hard. That is not a sustainable way to work on things. I keep adding shit to the like weird YouTube playlist that I have for Sunday, and like I hope everybody is like locked in, because I don't even know how long the playlist is anymore. I know that last time it was like maybe about 40 minutes or so. This is gonna dwarf the fuck out of that. So like, yeah, Sunday night, everybody bring snacks, get drinks, settle in. We're watching some stupid stuff. There you go. Raid that shit. Bow, 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 bow. Why are the planner soups you can get in the grocery store so fucking hard to? Yeah, those things. I think I've. If I remember correctly, last time I opened one of those, I'm pretty sure I cut underneath my thumbnail or like one of my fingernails trying to get that shit open. Because yeah, the lids on those things are just like unbelievable. It doesn't make sense. Damn, yo, Mr. Frog got served divorce papers again. Jeez. Ugh. Shit. Oh, jeez, I just got this like blast of PTSD. I'm still going to, but I was like, yeah, I'm gonna. Oh god, all of the feeling in my left foot is just missing. Oh god, it's so asleep. But yeah, I I started drawing like these bike handlebars, and I'm gonna put him on like a tricycle. But then I remembered that when I went to college for like the third time, I took like a proper art class. And I remember like one of the first assignments was to the instructor just put a tricycle in the middle of the room and was like, okay, wherever you're at, draw your tricycle. And I remember being a little intimidated by it, but I was like, I probably got this. And like, no bullshit, like, literally, my brain was just like, that's cool. And like, that's a quick sketch of like a fucking roughly what a tricycle looks like. Like, if you're going real rudimentary, like, that's about as fucking basic as you can get it. But I just remember, like, it was this big, like, full size, like, I don't remember how big the sketch paper or the drawing paper was. Plus, we are doing it in charcoal, which I just don't. I That's just a medium I have so little experience with, especially since I'm not great. Like, I've gotten better at it, but I'm not great with like light and shadow and depth that often. That's hence why I just draw shit like this weird child that I'm gonna put on a way too small tricycle. Ow. So, um, okay, just trying to figure out. Yeah, that's the thing. There's so much like just there's a lot of this and a lot of this with your fingers, and it's just like, yeah, it was kind of brutal to just like day one be like, all right, charcoal draw this tricycle, shitheads, and it's like, all right, it's like, I know this is an art class, but damn. And then I left, not because of my art teacher, but because of my English teacher. She was incredibly fucking rude. So shout out to her too. Wompity womp. Okay, That second one's a bit of a stretch, but we'll fucking take it, whatever. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't understand why it's like a disproportionate amount of my shitty teachers were women, which kind of bums me out. But I mean, if you suck at teaching, you suck at teaching, and it's just like one of those things where it's like. Creepy tricycle boy. Hopefully not coming to a town near me. Hashtag cat farts. See, like, yeah, I can't do that with charcoal. What the fuck? Oh, God, my ankle. Yeah, it just seemed like, I don't know, for like a beginner's art course, because this is long before I started taking any of this shit even remotely seriously. Um, yeah, that seems sort of like an aggressive introduction to art class. It was just like, okay, dude, sorry, are you mad at me or something? Mm. Whew. Yeah, for real. Like, all right, let's not like super gatekeep information that I'm already spending a bunch of money to like obtain. Like, just get let's get on with this. Hmm. Oh hell yeah! There you go. Yeah, I'm like surrounded by shit, and I'm like trying not to eat all of it, but it all is just kind of like staring at me. So there's a high percentage chance that, yeah, I'm gonna eat one of these right now. Actually, the shittiest, most mundane cookies in the world. They don't taste like anything. Like what? Mm, this is not a bad influence. This is getting eaten regardless. I do see what you're saying, but it's also I need to show some goddamn self control. I went and fucked it. fuck was I doing? That's not good. Whew. Somehow it's always been goblin time. Like I don't know how this keeps happening. But I guess we're drawing goblins consistently. And this one is corduroy sweater goblin. For obvious reasons. There you go. Hell yeah. Big goblin energy. happening. Favorite soup? I mean, chowders count, I would hope. If we're talking like expressly shit that's got soup in the name. I mean, nice like hot French onion soup is tight as hell. But I remember fucking forever and ever and ever ago going to Boston with this girl I was dating, and we went to what is it, Tammany Hall, that like big long building with all like the restaurants and shit in it. And I remember getting a clam chowder bread bowl from there that, like, quite literally, it still haunts me. And I legitimately, I'm 36 now, I probably ate this soup 15 years ago. And I'm, like, still thinking about it. It's not as good as that one that I was talking to you about with that dude in Maine. That shit's, like, special. That shit's, like, you can taste the love in that one. But if you're ever in fucking Boston and you go to Tammany Hall, yeah, 100%. God, I don't even know like what the name of the place was, but I just remember getting this big ass clam chowder bread bowl, and it was like the perfect bread bowl, and it like held up the entire time. I don't know how it did that, but it was like it just maintained its structure the entire time, to the point where like literally my last bite was just like this perfect little piece of bread with the perfect amount of soup on it, and just like, and I was done. Yeah, going to Boston is it's a bit of a shit. I will say I'm going to New York City for the very first time in a few months. I'm quite excited. Only going for a night, but we've got a couple things written down that the missus and I want to check out while we're there. I'm gonna try to convince her to go to the 9/11 museum. I know that's a little morbid, but I don't know. It's such a cataclysmic sort of day. And being in, what, 5th grade when that shit happened? It was just, I don't know. I didn't really, like, comprehend it at the time. But now it's like, oh yeah, that was a big deal. Yeah, I remember I was picking up one of my buddies who was flying in from England, and I'd never been to Logan. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, Logan. I'd never been to Logan before. I'd seen it, like the few times I've driven through Boston or around Boston, but I remember there was like a part where like you're coming up the road and you're just driving what seems like just straight uphill, And then all of a sudden you're just like driving, driving, driving. You can't see over where you're going. And then fucking you come up and then all of a sudden it explodes into like this sort of thing. So yeah, it's on some shit where it's like literally I like that I can't draw fucking arrows. There you go, bud. Slow down a second. Oh, hell yeah. Stabby mushroom? Fuck yeah. Yeah, I don't want to do that either. I have no intentions of going to the West Coast. I just... Dude, I hate flying. That shit scares me. I throw up every time I'm on a plane. But yeah, literally, you just come over the hill, and then it's just like... Fuck you. It's like, oh... Alright, next couple hours of my life are gonna suck. And then there was one time that happened, and I drove all the way there, and then the customs agents were like, dog, your visa's expired. Get back on that fucking plane and go back to England. And I was like, oh. And I haven't seen Andy in person since, and it's a fucking shame, dude. It's a fucking shame. There's no jams. We need jams. This one. Yes, I don't really care. Yeah, because I think the last time I flew was March of 2020, flying home from Texas like a week before the whole fucking world shut off. Because I remember getting on the plane at Bradley and it was the first time I'd seen strangers wearing masks in public, and they were right next to me on the plane, and I was like, huh, all right, fun. And then, of course, the person I was with, for some reason, felt it necessary to be like, you know, the masks don't really do anything. And I was just like, all right, that's fucking okay. Yeah, I will say, like, so I went to Houston, and from everything I've heard, like, a lot of Texans hate Houston, um, because it is definitely a more, like, liberal type town, but I don't know. I went there, and I don't know. Houston was neat at times. It had some cool spots. I'm not gonna completely disparage it. There was um, a lot of moments where I kind of like shook my head at what was happening. You know, I know I've told this story, but like the woman who picked us up in the Uber and then asked us where we were from, and we said New England. And we're talking, and then the car gets quiet, and she goes, "You know, y'all don't really have much of an accent for being from England." And it was like, okay. That was a good one. Um, I remember we were on the way to the Houston Rodeo, which I will say the Houston Rodeo was fucking hysterical. Like, I'm not into like 4-H and like agriculture shit, but man, they did this thing where they just like, because mind you, they did it in the stadium that the Houston Texans play in. Massive fucking building. And like, let's just say like this is like the arena floor. They had a gate here. They they came out and they put down like the chalk that they use in baseball in a big square. And then a bunch of kids, I'm going to guess from the ages of probably 7 to 13, 7 to 15 maybe, all stood all around this square. And then once everybody was in position, they literally like whipped this gate open, and then in charged just a bunch of different sized cows. And yeah, some of these kids got the shit absolutely like speared out of them. Like they tried to stop a calf running full speed, like directly at them. That shit was awesome. And then fucking all of a sudden they're like, "All right, yo, it's like the rodeo's over, but we got a musical guest." All of a sudden they wheel out. No shit. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to fucking how I'm gonna be able to draw this. It just like was this fucking thing. It was literally just like a platform of spikes. Dude. Dude. So this thing also, mind you, rolls out into the fucking stadium on goddamn tank treads. Like, this shit comes out on these fucking enormous treads. And then the thing just folds out into this enormous fucking stage. There's a fucking Chance the Rapper concert for the next 25 minutes. I was like, what the fuck? Because I remember walking around. I got lost at one point. I got separated from everybody, and my phone really wasn't working. So I'm like, okay, shit, I'm gonna die in Texas. I spent like the last of the money I brought. I spent on one of those like fair margaritas. You know, the ones that come in like these cups. It's always got like the fucking squiggly straw. And for some reason, these are like $21, and we're just like, hell yeah. I mean, yeah, it seemed completely absurd at the time. Like, I I remember by the time that the rodeo had started, I was like pretty in the bag. That's for sure, because we had just been like drinking and lost in like a big parking lot for several hours. And yeah, once that happened, I just like I couldn't, like my brain was just like, dude, we need to get the fuck out of here. Then I remember there was like on the way to the stadium, we had to take they had like a subway that's just like cuts right through Houston basically. And I remember we got on it like way fucking across town, and we're on this thing for probably a good like 25-30 minutes. The entire time we're on this, we're there's just like there's two cars, but we're seated like right here against the door to the other car, which is open. And right about here, there's just some chick just fucking screaming. I don't know if it was at like the driver, if it was at another person, but they were just like the whole ass time. Like, like it was one of the most fucking uncomfortable things ever. Just like, it's like when you're at your friend's house and your friend's parents just fucking like kick the door in and just like destroy them verbally in front of you. It was like that sort of shit, but it was like we also got to the point where we kind of wanted to just like intervene and just like just like tell her, "Hey, hey, hey, shut the fuck up." But unfamiliar surroundings. It's Texas. We're not gonna test fate. But yeah, Texas was wild. I remember turtle racing was like the first thing we did. I remember we landed. I got off the plane. It was like 84. I was miserable because I dressed in New England in March weather. Shit. So I got off the plane in like fucking skinny jeans and a hoodie, and I'm fucking immediately dying. And then I remember we took an Uber from the airport to the place we were staying. And then this guy that my buddy knew down there was like, "Yo, I'm going to be like your tour guide for the night, and we're going to go to these places." And then we went, and no bullshit, I had some of the worst fucking barbecue I've ever had in my life. And then we went fucking turtle racing. Yes, I could, I fully understand. Having said that, something about giving into like that part of Texas culture for 40 minutes. I don't even think it was that long. It was about 20 minutes. But man, let me see. I don't know if I still have any of the pictures from that Houston trip on my phone, but I remember that was like one of the 8 things I took pictures of. Because I just kind of I couldn't really fathom what I was seeing. I couldn't wrap yeah. Like, look at the amount. Yeah, Houston, Midtown, March 5th, 2020. So literally fucking like a week before the fucking planet turned off. But like, I don't know how well you can see that. There are so many fucking people at that bar. And that bar was pretty sick. Not as cool as this one, though. This was Axelrad. They had, like, this tree that they covered in neon fluorescent lights, which was kind of tight. But, yeah, other than that, it was, sorry, idiot on ESPN got fired. I don't even remember what the fuck I was talking about. Who cares? Oh, yeah. No, that trip was super awkward. I was definitely like the outside guy, so it was a bit of a weird trip. I remember at one point expressly, because all the people there, kind of like, they're all college graduates. They all have good jobs, yada yada yada. And it was always like, so Justin, what do you do? And it was like, I'm trying to think of what I was doing for work at the time. March 5th, 2020. So I was probably working at the cigarette company. Yeah. Yep. But I just remember like telling them like, nah, dude, I want to just like make stuff and get paid to do that. And I remember the guy I was talking to looked at me and was like, that's not a thing. And I was like, no, it is. And I'm going to hopefully figure it out. And then I just sort of stopped getting asked that question like the rest of the trip. And then I was just like, okay, I think I've fully ostracized myself. But, I mean, I'm not going to lie and be like, nah, dude, I want to work in a warehouse forever and ever. Like, I love my current job. But, like, earlier tonight, my wife asked me, she was like, do you think you're going to stay at our company forever? And I went to say yes, but then I kind of like caught myself and reared back and was like, yeah, but if I get the chance to do creative stuff and make the same or even potentially more, that's the only time I would leave. And it's like, that's the, you know, hopeful end goal, you know, maybe someday, but like that's the only time I'm giving this shit up, is to literally do what I said I wanted to do on that trip in Texas. Because I just remember the rest of that trip being very odd. And then I remember I was the first one to leave, and they were all like partying the night I was supposed to leave, and I literally had to just like bounce out of a party at the house I was at, just so I could go to bed and get up at, I think I set my alarm for 4:05 a.m. because I had to be at the airport for like 5. And yeah, it was like one of the bigger bummers, or it's just like, oh man, all these people are having fun and I literally have to just go to bed. I would like to travel maybe, but I don't know. I want to travel by train. I fucking love taking trains. I remember I took a train from Springfield all the way to fucking Charleston, South Carolina. It was a hectic trip, but far more interesting than flying. Stopped in Washington, D.C. That was pretty cool. I had like a 3-hour layover there. I just wish that we would. It's funny because down here, like all these old train stations are now finally getting like refitted and rejudged and all like done up. Because now they're finally realizing like, oh, maybe we should make like a commuter rail that just kind of goes everywhere, huh? Wouldn't that make sense? And for the longest time it didn't, I guess. Because I mean, the town that I live in, they were like, yeah, dude, we're gonna build your guys' train station. I was like, all right, that's sick. Mind you, they announced this shit in like 2021. It still hasn't broke ground yet. Which, you know, I'm no foreman, but that seems a little problematic for... Because every time I check on it, it's always like, no, 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 it's coming. It's like, okay, you've made zero fucking effort to make any... Like, you put up a sign. That's all you fucking did. You put up a sign that was like, this was paid for by the fucking Rebuilding America or what the fuck ever. Like, it's annoying, man. It's annoying. Luckily, I think the town that we're like hoping to move to, I think their train station got redone, which I hope it did, because I'm trying to like literally take the train places. Like, you know, I like my truck and everything. It's all nifty having a pickup truck for the first time in my life, but I don't know, man. Hopping on a train is incredibly chill. Alright, I'm gonna grab a seltzer, be right back. God, it's so sweaty. It's not even hot down here. Not good. It's gross. Oh, you want to know what's funny? Is... So, I saw that my sketchbook tour video had a comment, but every time I clicked on it, it was like, dude, there's no comment. And I'm like, okay, but you're telling me there's a comment here. And then when I click on it, you're telling me there isn't. But I know there is, because YouTube's moderation shit is so busted that you put ham face, which is obviously a reference to the ham face drawing, but YouTube took it as you were insulting me. You're literally a fucking mod on my channel. And it like held the comment for what is it? It was literally, it held the comment held for creator like moderation or whatever. I was like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, it fucking says ham face, dude. Like, it doesn't say I have a ham face. It doesn't say you look like ham face. It just fucking says ham face. Is that a known insult? Or is it just anything with the word face they're just assuming is bad? Like, moderation is absolutely trounced. Like, what the hell is going on? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, I was like, what are we even doing here? But yeah, I couldn't fucking believe it. I'm like, dude, it literally says ham face. What are we doing here? Like, good God, man. Like, I wouldn't even know how to take it. I would probably just start laughing. I'd be like, I'm a ham face? I would straight up just hit them with just like a, what do you mean? Honestly, I think that's what I would do. I'd ask for more fucking clarification. I'd be like, dude, you can't just call me that and then just like walk away. I need some fucking context. I need to know how your brain arrived at that answer. Like, show your work, dog. Show your work. All right, YouTube. I can't fucking believe that they literally were like, we need to hold this. This seems pretty offensive. Like, dude, I sincerely don't know how I would react if someone was just like, yo, you're a fucking ham face. I'd be like, you're right, dude. Or madam. Whoever's calling me ham face. I just don't know how. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's very silly and incredibly pointless. Hey, look, it's Michael Jackson again. Oh, God. I want to know what I did to have that one stream where, like, everybody and their mother showed up. I don't know how that happened. I don't know what warranted that. But I'm hoping that since I'm working on some, like, long form content, that could maybe happen again. Because I also think it would be kind of fun to just, like, ask for suggestions and then draw. It's just not that. Yeah, it's just it's so odd. It's like and if you watch one video on it, like buy everything else that you fucking watch because your entire fucking watch algorithm is just gonna get taken over by how to succeed on YouTube, how to make it on YouTube. Like, bro, I'm just trying to see, like, I don't know. Yeah, for real. Like, just give me one. Give me one. Oh, fuck, it's hot down here. Yeah, it's so brutal. It's like, oh, you're thinking of starting up a new hobby? Well, boy, oh boy, do I have a video for that. And yeah, 9 times out of 10, they suck. That boy's shaky. No idea. Not a clue. Not a, yeah, the random wheel generator is usually pretty good. That one's usually pretty effective. Hey, whatever you gotta do. Weird. If I were a bug, what kind would I be? I don't know. Probably a firefly. I think bioluminescence is hardcore as hell. Plus, for some reason, like the fireflies are going extinct. I'm laughing because it's sad. Because cope. But yeah, I think firefly would probably be my animal of choice. Well, bug of choice. Either that or one of those like buddy bugs, those little black and orange bugs that like fly in like a V shape. One of those guys would be fine too. Yeah, butterflies are pretty fucking extreme. But yeah, I think I'll have to give it to the humble firefly. Pretty fucking neat little bug. Yeah, they don't feel like anything, but the weird part is if you notice this finger, it like looks dirty. I don't know if like the ink is like seeping out or I just have like very dirty fingers, but I'm guessing this is probably going to need to be redone if I had to guess. It's gonna be redone. But I mean, they don't feel like anything, which is good. And I mean, the other tattoos that I touched up are good. My paw print's okay, which is nice. Yeah, I actually need to figure out how my next tattoo is gonna go. Yeah, I'll have to fuck with that a little bit more. Yeah, there's definitely not much squish. I don't think it's bruising because it's like literally like it's seeping into like like the creases of my finger. So it's like it just seems like it's just I don't know. It's weird. It's interesting, but I've washed my hands like 5 different times today. So I'm like still a little surprised to see it there, but whatever. I'm fine with it. No motherfucking James. No James. No idea. Don't care. On to the next thing. Done. Yeah, the crocodile keeps coming up a lot too. Starting to notice I'm sort of stuck in my ways a little bit here. Pork. Whatever the fuck. Bow, 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 bow. What's that? Weird. Interesting. Whoa, take it easy, bruh. Hmm. Um. That. That, I guess. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Looks even more like a dick. Well, we've gotten to the portion of the night where I'm just literally drawing spirals, so I think I'll probably call it here. 2-hour mark, not a bad place to stop. But thank y'all for coming through and hanging out. Let's see. Gonna try to do some book club Thursday night. And then, holy shit. And then Sunday is weird YouTube Patreon night stuff. Yeah, so I'll talk to y'all then. Have a lovely rest of your week. Oh my god, I'm so sleepy. All right.